Meet Adolf Hitler. He had a massive problem, and that problem's name was Sicily. By 1943, the Allies were winning. They had cleared North Africa. Now they looked across the water. Mediterranean beaches looked tempting, but there was a catch. Everyone knew the target, especially Hitler. Churchill called Sicily the soft underbelly of Europe, but the belly was guarded by a lot of Germans. If the Allies just showed up, they would get slaughtered. They needed a distraction, a really big lie. Enter Operation Mincemeat. The plan was simple. Well, actually, it was insane. The British needed a courier, someone Hitler would trust. Someone who wouldn't talk. Someone who was already dead. This is Ewan Montague and Charles Cholmondeley. They were British intelligence. They needed a corpse. Fast. They found one in London. It belonged to Glyndor Michael. He died from eating rat poison, which was perfect, because rat poison looks like a lung infection, like someone who drowned. They couldn't just throw him in. He needed a life, a backstory, a name. He became a Marine, a bit of a hero, and a bit of a lad. They gave him a girlfriend. Pam was actually a clerk. They wrote fake love letters, very passionate fake letters. They gave him bills from a tailor and a jewelry shop. They even gave him ticket stubs. He was a real person now, except for the dying part. Now for the secret cargo. They wrote letters between high-ranking generals, mentioning a top-secret invasion toward Greece and Sardinia. They explicitly mentioned Sicily is just a prank. It was the ultimate bait. But there was a problem. Bodies rot. Gross. They kept him on ice until the time was right. They packed him in a tube labeled optical instruments. Under the cover of night, they drove to Scotland to a waiting submarine, the HMS Seraph. The commander was Bill Jewell. He had a weird job. Take this dead guy to Spain. Why Spain? Because Spain was neutral. But actually, they were crawling with Nazis. The plan was simple. Drop the body. Let the tide do the work. And hope for the best. On April 30th, 1943, the Seraph surfaced just off the Spanish coast. They hauled out the canister. They read a prayer. They pushed him into the sea. Good luck, Major Martin. They also threw in a raft to make it look like a crash. Then they vanished. A fisherman found him. Holy sardine. He towed the body to shore. The Spanish authorities arrived. They took the briefcase. This was the moment of truth. The British acted panicked. Give us our bag back. It's super secret. This made the Spanish suspicious. It must be really good. The Abwehr, German intelligence. They wanted those papers. But the Spanish were neutral. So, they did it secretly. They carefully opened the letters without breaking the wax seals. Genius. They read the contents. Sardinia and Greece. Sicily is a decoy. They photographed everything. Then they put them back perfectly. They handed the bag back. The British checked the bag. They saw a tiny eyelash. They knew it had been opened. Mincemeat swallowed whole. Now, it was Hitler's turn. He was a skeptic. He didn't trust anyone. But the evidence was perfect. The bill for the ring. The angry tailor. Major Martin felt real. And the military letters. They were from trusted generals. Hitler made a choice. He moved his divisions to Greece, to Sardinia. He even sent Rommel, the desert fox themselves. Sicily was left vulnerable. The Allies were ready. July 10th, 1943, Operation Husky began. They expected a bloodbath. They found almost nothing. Where are they? By the time Hitler realized, it was too late. The Allies took the island. In just 38 days, thousands of lives were saved. All because of one guy who never fired a shot. But wait, there's more. The deception kept working. It's still a distraction. He kept troops in Greece for months. The British were legends. They had fooled the monster using a dead body. This changed the war. Italy fell soon after. Mussolini was ousted. Hitler lost an ally. All thanks to Glyndor Michael, the man who wasn't there. But what happened to him? He's buried in Spain, under his fake name, with full military honors. For years, nobody knew. It was a ghost story. Until Montague wrote a book. It became a movie. And a legend. But let's look closer at the sheer audacity. They used a dead man. Is that ethical? The British said yes. Desperate times, they said. Checkmate, Adolf. But the Germans weren't stupid. Usually. They almost caught on. One officer noticed something. His shoes are too clean for a plane crash. But he was ignored because Hitler liked the news. It fit his bias. He wanted Greece. He feared the Balkans. The British knew this. They played him like a fiddle. This is why intelligence matters. It's not just guns. It's the story you tell. And the British were the best storytellers. They even created Plan Jail to protect the lie. They leaked fake info to confirm the first lie. Deception is a layers game. And mincemeat was the core. Think about Glyndor Michael, a man who died alone in a cold London basement, unknown and unloved. Yet he saved the world. In his own weird way. The man who never was. Who actually was someone. A real person with a real life. It wasn't just a prank. It was a gamble. If it failed, huge Allied losses. The war could have lasted years. But it didn't. Because of a briefcase. And a cold body in a Spanish tide. History is weird. Really, really weird. Sometimes the biggest battles are won by the quietest players. By the people who don't exist. Like Major William Martin, a ghost in a uniform, who fooled a tyrant and won a war. Churchill loved the plan. Especially the name. He had a dark sense of humor. Most spies do. You have to survive the game. The great game, where truth is a lie, and a lie is a life. Glyndor Michael's name was added to the grave. Finally recognized. Better late than never. He serves as a reminder that everyone has a part. Even if they don't know it. Even if they're dead. The deception was so good